I wanted to enjoy that Christmas. I came back to Boston in February and was rescanned, and in March I met with my doctors again. My doctors told me that the large tumor in my neck was gone. They told me that some of the areas in my body were in a state of healing, but my cancer had spread. The cancer that was encasing my vena cava continued. It was not affected by chemotherapy. The cancer was now in my left ribs and was also in my lymph nodes in my stomach. They told me it was time to move to Boston. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave my home. I didn't want to leave my bedroom. I didn't want to leave my bathroom or my family. I wanted to be home to be sick. The day that I left for Hope Lodge was a day that my Patrick was upbeat in the car as we drove the 2.5 hours. I sat there looking out the window crying. I didn't want to go. When we got to Hope Lodge, he pulled me up to the front door. And if anyone has been on the Cape, you're familiar with all of our driveways. They're usually these soft shells or these beautiful stones. As Pat dragged me into the door of Hope Lodge, you would have seen my heel prints if I lived on the Cape, because I did not want to go into Hope Lodge. When we got in, Greg, who is here tonight, greeted us. He welcomed us to Hope Lodge and said there'd be an orientation within an hour. As I was standing there crying, someone came up to me and hugged me. She introduced herself. She said, "Hi, my name is Beth." She said, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Fran." She said, "Fran, once you get out of the orientation, I'd like to talk to you." I said, "Thank you." I went into the orientation and I learned about all the wonderful things that Hope Lodge provides. I learned about the fact that we're not called patients at Hope Lodge. We're actually called guests. I learned that we can bring caretakers, that we don't have rooms, we have a suite that consists of a small living room and a bedroom and a bathroom. I learned about the dignity of cancer and how the patients at Hope Lodge live through their cancers there. Once I finished the orientation and took my tour, Beth was waiting outside. I came out and she hugged me again and she said, "Fran, see this patch that I have over my eye?" And I said, "I do." And she said, "See all those flowers that are painted on that patch? Today is my 56th birthday. I've lost my vision and my hearing on the right side to cancer. I have brain cancer. I am fighting to save the vision and the hearing on my left side." And she lined up 6 of her 10 grandchildren. And she said, "This is my new friend, Fran. I want you all to hug her and welcome her to Hope Lodge." So 6 of these little children were all around my knees hugging me as I was crying. As the children left, Krista, who had come with me to the orientation, came out and said, "Do I sound funny when I speak?" We said, "No, you don't, Krista." Krista said, "I've lost part of my tongue, my inner ear, the lymph nodes in my neck," and we could see the bandages going down her shoulder and her arm. Krista is 40 years old, and she is fighting cancer. When I left Krista and Beth that night and went back to my room or to my suite, I said to Pat, "This is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to learn so much, not only about myself, but about others who have cancer." The days, the weeks, and the months that followed, every morning I woke up with new friends. They taught me grace. They renewed spirituality. I learned courage. We made breakfasts together. We had dinners together. Volunteers were always available if our family wasn't there to bring us for our appointments. We had volunteers that would take us back and forth to the hospital. We had other volunteers at the American Cancer Society lined up to take us to the grocery store or to the drugstore. We had people that would come in, as James or Jim had mentioned, and make dinners for us at night. We left in the morning without even having to say a word. Everyone knew what we were doing. We were fighting cancer. We came back from our treatment at night exhausted. No one had to say a word. People would say, "Can I cook for you? May I help you? You can't eat tonight? Just let me sit with you." That's what Hope Lodge is all about. They say it's a home away from home. It's so much more than that. Hope Lodge showed me so many things and taught me so many things. One thing that cancer is, it's a powerful, powerful companion. My cancer is incurable. My treatment is up in the air. When I finished my treatment in October, I left Hope Lodge. I didn't want to go. As much as I didn't want to go into Hope Lodge, I couldn't imagine being away from there. They had been there and treated me so kindly. The people there had taken care of me. They had shown me so many things. When I left Hope Lodge, I was grateful. I was grateful that I made it through my treatment session, and I was grateful for Hope Lodge. How can the American Cancer Society, in all their wisdom, have the wherewithal to imagine a place called Hope Lodge? And that's what I've learned. This past February, in March, again, I went back to Boston. My cancer has spread, and I have to go back to Hope Lodge. So, I will be returning. I am thankful. I am so thankful for all of you for being here tonight, for giving up your night with your family to support people like myself who need Hope Lodge. This night is not just about me. This night is about you and all of you who have the wherewithal to come and to understand what people like myself are going through. I thank you. I thank you so much, and I want you to know that there are 40 people at Hope Lodge tonight in Boston, and 24/7, 365 days a year, there are 40 people there that are so grateful for all of you here tonight for supporting Hope Lodge and the American Cancer Society. Thank you.
We love you, Fran Kokonowski. We love you. And we thank you for your incredible grace and courage. There's nothing else we can say except that we send every good vibe for your complete good health and all of our love to you, Fran.